Okay, so I thought about doing a tutorial on this puzzle box that I made. Well, I kind of unmade it because, well, I didn't make this up myself. I got it from another person, but I thought it'd be good to have two tutorials just in case. So I just took it apart to show you how to make it. So first, you need to make a piece with a hinge, and then a flat, okay, let me sort it. You use a 4x6 plate, and on that, put plates on top of that, except for a 1x4 area at the very edge. And if it was like this, and so you put on the east side of it, and then after that you put a 2x3 plates on the sides, and then you do and you put that hinge there with a line on there with piece like that. You have two angle pieces on one on top of that, and you have a 2x2 you put a 1x2 flat on top of, and then a 1x2 that you put the other angle piece in, the other angle piece on. And then you put either whatever, just any flat pieces that will fill in this 2x3 gap right here. So that's the bottom half. And to make this drawer, you need, for the bottom you do 1x2, then 1x4. On the 1x4 you put this little ledge seat thing on it. And then you put a angle piece on it, right there. Well, it goes from that stud to there and then there. You put a 1x1 flat on the edge, and you put a 1x2 on the other side of there, and then a 2x2 on the top, and then a 2x2 flat. So that's the drawer that goes on right there. And you need a 2x6 tile. Then you need to make two sides like this. So you can put 3 tiles and a flat on top. It doesn't have to be flat, it could have studs on it. It'd probably look better because now it's going to look like that on both sides. So you put studs, or you could do a 1x3 brick on top. And it doesn't have to have holes in it. And then you have this another tray, just a 2x4 and a 2x3. I didn't have one, so I decided to use this. And then a 2x2, and then a 1x1 flat piece. And then you need a 2x2 towel, and a little peg, 2 long peg. And on this, on the bottom you do a 1x4, a 1x4, a 1x3, and a 1x2, a 1x3, and then you do that again, and then you do, so if you're looking at it from the top, so you have 2 layers that are the exact same, and a third layer you do a 1x2 on this end, a 1x6 there, and then a 1x2 brick with a hole in the middle. It has to have a hole in it. And then behind that is a 1x2 flat Oh, and under that is a 2x3. Oops. So yeah, that's that piece. Then you get a prize or whatever, so you can use a hypnotizer lollipop or whatever. Just find a cool piece or whatever, cool flat piece. That's some flat. You can use like a flat green. Oh, a 1x2 flat green like that. You say that's your uranium bar, or a gold one like that. But that one's kind of scratched up, or whatever. Put your boat. So for the assembly, you take your part, the hinge, and put your drawer on that, and then you take this and you put it on top like that. Okay, and then you take 202 flat and stick it on there, so the drawer should not be able to come out. It can move freely. So so far you have that, and this peg, drop in there, and then you put the sides on, then you put your drawer in, and just put your pies on the tray or stick it to the tray, and you just click this on top and put this all together. There you go. You need it. Then to solve it, you can't shake the drawer. Actually, you probably could, but just tell the person that you can't shake it. To solve it, you just undo that hinge, which is kind of simple because of that bump. Just undo that, and it's just this part that stumps people. You take that piece off. You see that little, that gray piece. And the first step is always the most confusing. You press it in there, which pushes out the drawer. Snaps out the peg. And the second's kind of straightforward. And then someone tries to stick it in there, but of course you probably wouldn't have the one with the holes. You just stick in there, and you press, and pull it out. The only problem with my hypnotizing lollipop is that it's kind of a little bigger, so you have to kind of lift that piece up. And you just shake it and you get your peg out. So yeah, it's pretty easy to use. Fumble fingers. It's pretty easy to set. No. Oh gosh. It's my first tutorial on like something like this. Yeah. Excuse me for having bad camera angles. So you just drop that in there, press it out, push this peg back, and then can't get the right angle. Stick it on there. Booyah. Snap it back. Not snap it, but fold it back in. And take your tray. Put your treasure on it. Then, oh, can't get the right angle. And there you go. That's my Roblox. And I have 2 Lego guns. I might do a tutorial, or probably not a tutorial because they're kind of big. Just a review on. And I also have this other puzzle box, but it's a secret. And I'm gonna Might do another video on it. Actually, oh, I am going to do another video on it. And the only hint I'm going to give you is that. That's the only hint you get. So yeah. So if you think you know what it is, just leave it down in the comments. So yeah.